Fugitive emission is a test that is applied for static and non-static components which allows leakage. So in the process industries, a lot of things allow leakage, like pressure relief valve, your tanks, your control valves, your pipes, everything can provide the leakage. Maybe some items can provide very small leakage and some items provide more leakage. So if you talk about the pressure relief valve and the tanks, so these are the static components. That's why these components allow very less emissions. So in that case, we not need, maybe we not need required fugitive emissions, because we can handle the leakage by tightening. Just like pressure relief valve, you can tight the pressure relief valve's process connections, so in that case it will protect your leakage. But the control valve, it is a dynamic component, because you have seen that the stem is always moving. So that's why you cannot tight it fully, because if you will tight it fully, then your control valve will not work properly, because stem will not move. So that's why most of the leakage is just because of the control valve. So in control valve, we required fugitive emissions if the process media is critical. So in control valve also, all the part is not required fugitive emissions, because if you see where in the control valve the chances of leakage of the valves, leakage of the process media, so one part is here, second part is here, and third part is here. So this part is static part. This part, like body or bonnet, is also static part. Here we can use the gasket. Here also we can use the gasket. So these both things we can control by tightening, fully tightening. So our leakage will not allow. But here we can not use the full tightening, because if you will make the fully tightening, then this stem will not move properly. Or if you will tight it, then after a few hours your packing will become loose because of the packing friction. So this packing now will allow the pass the liquid. So that's why we require the fugitive emission for this part, very important. So why the fugitive emission testing is required? Because to protect the environment, to protect the human health, to provide the incident to for the production lost. So where the packing applicable in control valve, as I told you that here, here and here, but here we can achieve very easily. So that's why the problem with this part. So normally here we can use, we can avoid packing, or you can avoid the media leakage by tightening by using gasket. So we not require the fugitive emission testing here, but here we require the fugitive emission because it is the dynamic component. Now what are the standards for fugitive emissions? So there are three standards most of the industry used, like ISO 5848. This is the international standards for fugitive emissions. This is the American Petroleum standards, and this is the TALF German standards. So most of the standards used for control valve is this one, and for control valve, rise time and quarter turn, this API standards can be used. So this ISO 15848 have two types of testing. One is type testing and second is production testing. API have this API 622 control valve testing, which is allow 500 ppmv maximum leakage, and API 624 rising stem valve testing, which is allow 100 ppmv maximum leakage, and API 641 allows 100 ppmv leakage maximum, which is used in quarter ton valve. Talafij also have the latest revision 2021, which is almost similar to the ISO 15848. Now what is the type testing and production testing. So type testing, where we require not to test all the walls. In production testing also, maybe we will not require to test all the walls, because these kinds of testing require very high cost. So in type testing, we perform the same types of wall, then the same and below rating of same wall already passed testing. We not need to do the testing for those walls. For example, if we tested a valve, control valve, you can say a globe valve 4 inch 300 rating, then 300 3-inch rating valve not need to test, because it will already passed, because its rating is not more than the valve we have tested. And again the 2-inch 150 rating will valve will be already passed, because the rating of this valve is lower than the tested valve rating. This valve is also passed, although its size is more, but its rating is lower to the tested valve, so it will be already passed. But the 3-inch size but 600-pound rating valve will not pass. We have to test it separately. So this is called type testing. So that means if you have 100 valves in your project, then maybe you not need to test all the valves in uh, particular cases. Maybe you can skip few valves due to the type testing. So this is the discussion with the client also, because how much client wants to pay, we can recommend the client, like we can do the type testing, we not need to do the testing for all the walls. It's a unnecessary cost implementation. Now in the production testings, sometimes if you see, like you have a similar types of multiple number of walls, like isolations wall, if you see, then the the same size of same rating have so many walls. Suppose in example, in your project there are ball walls and 2 inch 300-pound rating walls quantity are 40. So you not need to test all the 40 walls. As per your project requirement, maybe you can go with a 10% production testing. In that case, you will require only 4 number of wall out of 40. So you can choose the 4 random walls and you can test it. So you can save other 36 walls testing cost. So this is called type testing and production testing. Now Titan classes. As per the standard ISO 15848 fugitive emission testing, there are different Titan classes. So this testing can be done with two types of gases. One is helium gas and second one is methane gases. With the helium gases, if we do the testing, then we can use the letter H, and if we are doing the testing with the methane gas, then we will use the letter M. So if a control valve tested with helium, then it could be have AH, BH and CH types of leakage or tightness class. AH is the most stringent conditions where very less leakage is allowed, and CH is least stringent where more than A and B leakage is allowed. And in the same case of methane gas also, AM is the most stringent conditions, and CM is the least stringent conditions. The Titan class for stem or soft seal with helium is this ABC. You can see the amount of the leakage can be passed through the valves, stem, soft, or you can say by the packing. So this is very stringent. It is typically achieved with the bellow seal or equivalent stem soft sealing system for quarter turn valves, and BH is typically achieved with PTFE based packing or elastometric seals, but CH is typically achieved with flexible graphite based packing. Now The Titan class and leakage class for stem with methane gas. AM is allow equal to or less than 50 ppmv, which is most stringent conditions, and BM allow 100 ppmv volume of process media, and CM is the least stringent conditions, which can be allowed 500 ppmv process media through the wall packing. Now Titan classes for body seal. Although we know that body seal is a static part, so it can be easily achievable. So with the methane, the amount can be passed through the wall body seals is 50 ppmv. API fugitive emission testing is this API 622, which is allow 50 ppmv, API 624 is allow 100, and API 641 is allowed 100, which is for quarter ton valve. So this is for API standards, which allows these kinds of values. Now the standard comparison between the ISO, NSI, API and TOLAP. These are the values which we have seen recently also. You can compare those standards. So this is all about control valve packing and fugitive emissions. We will in next video. Thank you.